So I guess this is your kind of porridge quite scenario. If you know the TV series Porridge, it kind of reminds me of that. So people were actually shot against this wall. Of course, they went on hunger strike to further their cause. So yeah, I can imagine them doing that and conjuring up the medieval dead. Hello magpies, just quickly before I run this video, I just wanted to say if you're new to the channel and you're just here for the prison tour, then you'll probably want to skip the next few minutes because it's a bit of a fashion show as usual of me choosing my outfit for the day. But so you might want to skip the next few minutes and go straight to the prison tour. If you're new, welcome, and if you've been here before, then it's really good to see you again. So let's get on with it. Hello. I'm off to visit a prison today, so that should be an interesting day. And I thought I would show you what I was wearing today. So I have this black boiler suit. Let's bring you up a little bit. Okay, so I'm not completely headless. Yeah, so I have this black boiler suit, which I really like because it's got pockets and this nice gold zip, gold pockety zips. It has these kind of, let's show you. Yeah, it has these little gathered bottoms, and I'm also wearing, of course, the favourite new gazelles because they're funky and they're cute. Yeah, I have loads of boiler suits in different colours, which you'll no doubt see over time. Let me just bring you back up, because I love to just sling something on, and these boiler suits you can literally get out of bed and sling one on, and you can dress them up or you can dress them down. Somebody had mentioned in one of my previous videos when I asked what to wear, I think it was the Sunday Market one, they liked the green jacket, the bright green jacket with the green trainers and the hair down. So that's the look I'm going for today. Jacket, it's quite cute, trainers to match, and hair down. So still not overly confident about the hair down thing, but someone said they thought that was a good look, so I'm gonna go for that look today instead of my safe look of hair up. Anyway, that's it. I've got the leopard print earrings in. I wear these a lot, you probably noticed, but they're actually my favourite earrings. I don't know why, but they are my favourite earrings. So we're off to a prison today, so it's going to be very interesting. My daughter and her partner have their Caribbean food stall there today, so they said, oh, why don't you come on down and have a look at the prison and do a tour, and it's part of a history day that the prison do every year, so I'm really excited about that. I'm taking you with me for the tour, so yeah, interesting, eh? Let's go.
He's too busy looking at.
Hey, hello. Got a smile for Nanny? Apparently all this artwork has been done by prisoners. Grim bit of cuisine there. This is the firing squad wall. absolutely horrific. So people were actually shot against this wall. How horrific. Nasty. Don't like it at all. And they only stopped doing it because apparently neighbours didn't like the noise. How grim is that? And what the hell were we doing, or the Americans doing, executing people in Shepton? You're not getting over those walls, are you? That's the treadmill that they used to use prisoners on, a treadmill to mill flour, I suppose. So they would take stones and then have to thread them through there to just put them there. So it was a useless task. Didn't do anything other than just make them work for the sake of work. To move stones from one place to another. No, thank you.
10,000 turns in one day, and if you didn't do it, you didn't get fed.
10,000 turns
Yeah.
of that. Another useless task just for
Totally.
the sake of
All that
punishment.
is a box full of sand, and if you're lucky, or really unlucky, I should say, it'll be rocks, depending on whether they wanted to be any kind of kind to you, which they never did.
No, a bit like the moving rocks from one place to another with no real purpose other than to do them, weren't
Yeah,
they?
you won't want to do that for
10,000 turns.
10 hours a day or more. 10 minutes is enough. Trust me, I've been doing it all morning.
Oh my goodness! It's a very yeah. There's a
What?
there's a dummy in here and it freaked me out.
Oh my God,
And it
yeah.
really made me jump. So this is their CCTV room.
Oh my God.
The whole place is so spooky. I'm really spooked already. This is a horrible little cell. Look at that door. Ooh, this is part of the old prison, I think. And it's absolutely tiny. It's tiny. What 3 foot by 5 foot? Ugh. Oh, it doesn't go anywhere anymore, it's blocked up. Where did it used to go? Oh, it's grim, I don't like it. The weapons the prisoners would make, so they'd sharpen toothbrushes. And look at that thing, the little pencils and a glove with nails in it. Ooh. Oh my God. Yeah,
Yeah, this is the first where they come in, isn't it?
yeah. This is where they used to come in, I suppose. Well, where they would check in, I guess, when they first arrived. Joe's being brave and going up to the gatekeeper's lodge. Go on, Joe, go for it. Oh God, it smells of damp.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Oh. Don't come up here with the baby.
No, no.
Oh, it's hot up here. just learned that these cells are the 1600 cells. Look, these. Oh, is this one of the medieval cells?
There's writing.
Look at that. Imagine being shut in there. That's so small. You can't even lie down in it. Okay, so this is the 1600 cell. Through this hole you will discover a small room believed to be an original cell, 400 years old. On the left side there is a barred window. Peer through and you will see more of these hidden cells. Ooh, are we going to crawl inside? Oh my god, do I want to crawl in there? Oh no, I don't like. Joe's a bit braver than me. Can you see anything? So I crawled in and Joe didn't warn me how spooky it is. Look through there, you look through these tiny cells and there's this hand. But not only is there a hand, but there is a row of these really spooky cells. Yeah. Behind this wall. So whoever found them has just left this hole for us to crawl through. There's some ghosties in there for sure, isn't there? Woo! Let's get out. So this is the old governor's office. Cope.
Oh, there will be in the cells.
Spooky old room. I mean, it's not helped by the fact that the place is pretty derelict, but so that's the governor's office.
The cells dated 1625.
In memory of the three soldiers, Frank Gervin, Glenn Roy Williams and Harold Smith, I'm 19 years old, 24 years old, 28 years old, who died in room 142, the 14th of December 1940. What did they die of? This yard. So this looks like an exercise yard. And someone's getting a tenning off, I think. Horrible in here. So they must have held seances in here because the Victorians were obsessed. The Victorians were obsessed with seances, and it was quite a pastime for them. It was quite. So yeah, I can imagine them doing that and conjuring up the medieval dead. Or not much to see in the poltergeist room, but oh, Joe. Stealing a handkerchief, some bread and some meat. His life in and out of here for petty crimes. I wouldn't want to be in here on my own. Now this lady is real. She's not. There's another one. Look at this one. Victoria's 19th century child killer is believed to have murdered hundreds of babies, exposing the grim practice of baby farming. Girls, suffragettes, because they suffered terribly in jail because they were force-fed, and some of them were killed by the force feeding, all just to get the vote, eh? course, they went on hunger strike to further their cause, and the government didn't want them dying and becoming martyrs, so they force-fed them, which caused them huge injuries, and yeah, some died. What's this, like a torture room? This is disgusting. Execution room from 1889 to 1926. Condemned man cell, which presumably they had to sit and wait their turn for the execution. Oh God, Cairo, you frightened the life out of me. This place is spooky. Look at that bed. And then that's their little toilet area. Gross. Little to no daylight once the door was shut. Some are much worse than others. I'm assuming these here are some of the later cells. They're all much of a muchness in that they're all extremely grim. Look how dark that one is. Imagine with the door shut, little flap shut, because of course they shut that from the outside. Okay, what have we got here? Okay, we're coming out onto the wing. So I guess this is your kind of porridge scenario. If you know the TV series Porridge, it kind of reminds me of that. I guess this is what we think of really. We think of prisons. So it's just rows and rows of cells on either side. So yeah, I think this is, sort of communal areas down there. These are actually worse. These are even smaller. Yeah, these cells are smaller. They're definitely smaller than those. Just got that vibe about it. So that's a double. These are doubles. Imagine sharing that tiny space with someone.
I hope you're behaving yourself on that wing. Try it too. Got a cell reserved for you if not.
Take a closer look at these beds because they are actually, yeah, they are. That's metal. That's not even like straps or anything. It's metal. That's it. That's all you've got to look at. And I suppose if you're in solitary, that is all you look at for 24 hours. They shut a little hole, you can't even see out on the wing. it's in a sorry state. Real semi-derelict now. I'll try and give you some.
I think we'll lock the baby up as well. Never too young to be locked in a cell around here.
Actually, you can do it at night time.
Actually, some people have stayed here overnight. There was a challenge. I think it might have been for a TV programme where people came and stayed in these cells overnight on their own. No, thank you. So this is the other side of the exercise yard. Oh, okay, so this is the American GI type cell. Oof, that's particularly dark and unpleasant cell, that one. With the stern prison guard down there who threatened to put you in jail. C-wing? Okay. This is C-wing. Again, big. Horrible. I suppose there is at least some natural light from the skylights. So this wing, C-wing, was built and opened in 1848 due to the need for improving the living conditions for the female and child prisoners. Wow. Morgue. During World War II, this wing took on the most unusual roles. It became the secret repository for the London Public Records Office. Over 300 tons of the nation's treasures were stored on this wing, including these famous and priceless items. The Doomsday Book, financial records of the Exchequer, the seal of Thomas Becket, Magna Carta, Nelson's logs. Wow! It's got all the graffiti from various prisoners in it, carved into the walls, and abandoned here 1804. Yeah, most of them have been scratched in too. Welcome to hell. Victorian women's workroom. Women and children would not be exempt from hard labour, sewing and mending prison clothing and other fabric items, washing and ironing clothes. Johnson's quarters. The Johnson's quarters. Welcome to living quarters of Mr. and Mrs. Johnson and their 2 children. Okay. Mr. and Mrs. Johnson were here in these quarters looking after those 300 tons of records and archive material that I just mentioned. This cell C16 housed the Great Twins for a short while. So this,
It's a hand there.
Why somebody rubbed it off?
I don't know, but it's...
there you go. So this is the Victorian classroom. This area definitely makes me feel a bit heady.
Margaret had it a little bit better, but she was in the stocks, so she couldn't stand. The cold crept into our bones, and the shame.
Just wondering what's around this corner, and ooh, it's the morgue and I'm on my own. Do I go in? Anyway, I'll turn you around and you can see.
executed and pronounced dead, his body was brought to this room, the morgue. In the morgue, the doctor would perform a short autopsy to confirm that the execution went as planned with no discrepancies. It had been completed, the body was wrapped in a shroud and taken to an unmarked grave in the prison grounds, where they would be buried. Every executed prisoner in Great Britain was buried in an unmarked grave within the prison or nearby land. Condemned prisoners were not allowed to be buried in consecrated ground such as a church's graveyard.
Notorious killer section. Nice in here. The wrists. Doesn't feel nice in here at all, does it, Joe? It's like a crypt in here. It's really horrible. Amelia Dyer. Oh, isn't she the baby killer? Whoa. Look at her face. Well, I think Joe and I might be done with the grimness, to be fair. Done with grimness. It's, yeah, very oppressive in here. So we're going to go off and get some food and get out of here. Yeah, let's get out of here. Just wanted to show you that there's been a lot of things filmed at Shepton Mallet Prison, including Paddington 2, which I guess was all those prison scenes. I didn't realise, I didn't recognise it. Oh, and Wicked Little Letters, Set One, The Courtyard, list of films that have been filmed here in Shepton Mallet Prison. Yeah, Wicked Little Letters, one of my favourite films. How cool, eh? So there's a little gift shop at the end, of course. And you can buy a Shepton Mallet prison t-shirt if you so desire. So there's a whole rack of postcards of the prison. I'm not sure why you would want one of those postcards, but hey hey. What a spooky place. But really interesting and really worth a visit. There's so much history, so I'm going to try and put some links up to their website, etc. They have just told me that they are actually open 7 days a week now. So yeah, if you're in Shepton Mallet or not far from it, come. To be honest, it's worth the trip, because how often do you get to see inside a prison, and especially one that was built in the 1600s. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed that and that you're not too depressed. Yeah, and I'll see you soon. Lots of love.